Hello everyone. So today is December 7th and last night I spent some time late during the night editing my previous video, and thankfully I managed to upload the video before the night was over. And the thing was, it was really challenging, and thankfully even though the original recording was over 15 minutes long, most of it was excessive, so I managed to just chop those chunks off. But I still had an issue with editing because obviously I did not have enough photos in my inventory to use for the video. And obviously I can just go to Google, right? I can just go and download the images that's necessary. But the problem was that anytime I left, well, most of the time I left my project and went straight to a different app, and I came back to my editing software, I was told to restart the project. Well, sorry, reboot the project. And I've done this plenty of times throughout this year and even last year. And whenever I've done this, obviously I would get an ad. Well, yesterday, thankfully, for the couple of times I actually did do this, I only got like one ad, but still, those ads are really annoying, and sometimes it's like a minute long. So yeah, I just don't really want to face those ads. So I had to like search for images on Pexels, which is available on the editing software, or Giphy or something like that. And I had to make do with all the images I had in my inventory. And yeah, that was about it. But anyways, today I'm going to be talking about most of the questions I've asked you guys on my community tab this year. Now, when I mean most, I mean like, you could say like 95% of the questions I've asked you guys this year. So starting off from 9 months ago, is tranny a slur? And with 41 votes, majority of you guys said no, but you know, it is still pretty close. And yeah, it's a very interesting question, because only, like, you could say within the past few years I've heard people say that it's a slur, but years ago when I was growing up, most people did not say that. So I don't know if maybe I wasn't really in the right spaces at the time, but obviously I only started to hear about that just within the past few years. So the next question is, if a straight guy dates a trans woman, he is, and majority of you guys said gay. And here's the thing, it's a very complicated question for some, because you know, there are guys out there who like women, but they still feel attracted to trans women. They don't like men. They really don't like men, but they feel like, you know, they can really you know, be with a trans woman. It's you know, for them it may not be gay, for them it may not even be bisexual. So yeah, some people really think of this in a different way, but majority of you guys did say that's gay. The next question, and by the way, I was recording this video earlier, but then I just restarted, and I mistakenly clicked on something. So I was using my tablet, which had a different account signed on, so I mistakenly clicked on this, giving it 40 answered, but instead it's actually 39. So out of the 39 who answered this, which is who is not trans, majority of you guys said Brett Cooper. But I don't blame you guys for choosing Kim Fuentes as well, because she does pass really well. The next question was, who is trans? And this one was a trick question. So even if you chose someone, guess what? You are still right. So the next question is, can you be conservative and trans? And majority of you guys said yes. Now this is a very interesting topic, because you know, there aren't many of us out there existing. So this is pretty cool, isn't it? You know, to know that people believe this, and that's cool. So the next question is transsexual a slur? Majority of you guys said no, and here's the thing, transsexual obviously is a very old word, and you know, it just can't be a slur, and I think that's where tranny comes from. The next question is, should trans women be allowed in female-only spaces? Now, this one was really tough because it's pretty close. 43% said yes, 47 said no. And I can understand why people answered in each way, and some people were just unsure of this, but still, obviously, it really depends. In my opinion, it depends on certain things. For example, bathrooms. I believe trans women can use female bathrooms. You know, I understand that there's a big discussion about that, and I get that, but it's like, you're transitioning to a woman, you have to use the women's space, you know? But there are obviously going to be limitations, like changing rooms, for instance, because you know, obviously we don't have the same parts, and that's going to be very different, you know? It's going to be a very different thing. So this topic for me is very, very intriguing and very, very nuanced, you know? Okay, so I asked you guys, when is the appropriate age to transition? Majority of you guys chose age of consent, and the second highest was 25 plus, because I viewed 25, when you turn 25, that's when your brain fully matures. That's interesting. So yeah, now it really depends on country to country. So for example, I think in Brazil, you can transition around 16, but the age of consent is like lower or something like that. I can't remember. But still, I have come across a lot of Brazilian trans women who have transitioned around 16, 17, 18, you know. Uh, so yeah, I can understand that. I also understand why people believe that you should be like 18 plus, because obviously a lot can change within your teenage years, and sometimes you may just be unsure of all of this, and we don't really know what happens to everyone because everyone is different, and especially during their teenage years, it's just full of emotions. Okay, so trans women are, majority of you guys said men, and many of you guys also said trans women. So yeah, that's interesting. This was the best question I've asked 7 months ago, which was 100 trans women versus one gorilla, who wins? Majority of you guys chose the gorilla. So I have a variation of that. Who would win? 100 women or one trans woman? And majority of you guys chose 100 women. So I disagree with that because, you know, that's like saying 100 women versus one man. So yeah, obviously, I think a trans woman can win. Um, okay, I'm not supposed to be giving all of my personal opinions on this, but anyways, 7 months ago I asked you. Okay, sorry, my bad. I had two screenshots of the same thing. Okay, so this is a very interesting question. Well, all of them are interesting. So, okay, can trans women celebrate Mother's Day? Majority of you guys said yes, and 32% of you guys said no. So, I think they can. I think we can. You know, I mean, I think we can. We can also celebrate Father's Day too, uh, but also Mother's Day. I guess we can celebrate both days. You know. Anyways, the next one is from 4 months ago. Do genes impact the hotness of a trans woman? And majority of you guys said yes. No one even said no. Uh, okay, so yeah, obviously, I mean that's a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. Obviously, surgery can help, but the truth is that if you have like the right genes, you can get like much more of a hotter body. But still, obviously, looks are subjective. Attraction is subjective. So there's that. But still, you know, if you're just basing someone on hotness, even if you don't have any kind of crush on them, obviously genes are really going to play a part. And a few days ago, I received a comment. Um, I think someone said Brazilian boys make the best women, and I was like, yeah, a lot of hot trans women come from Brazil. Okay, this is a very interesting one. Can conservatives date trans women? Now, I asked this question because now I can see some of my subscribers, and when I click on them, you can see some of the channels they are subscribed to. Just a few years ago, you were able to scroll through all of people's subscribers. But then they updated that. Now you can't even see people's subscribers. Sorry, their subscriber list, which is really disappointing because obviously you can tell a lot about someone based on their subscriptions. And in this case, at least I can still see some of their subscriptions, and I would see some people subscribe to these trans channels, but then also subscribe to like Fox News and all of these other conservative outlets. And it's like, okay, so these guys out there, they like trans women, but they may be conservative or right-leaning or libertarian. And and obviously, to me, I have no issue with that. It's like the politics doesn't really matter, you know? Um, so a lot of you guys did say yes, you can be a conservative and date a trans woman. So yeah, you know, good luck to all the conservative trans chasers out there. So okay, this is a very interesting one. Okay, again, I keep repeating myself. All of my questions are interesting. Who is most likely to transition? And the options were FouseyTube, Youngblood, Hassan Piker, and Safe Sleazy. I think his name is Adam Connor, Curtis Connor. I get the guy mixed up. That's why I call him Safe Sleazy, which is his nickname. A lot of people have really kept for him, and people who look like him. But yeah, I just forget his name, so I'm just gonna throw in Safe Sleazy. Majority of you guys chose Hassan Piker, and I disagree with that. I know in one of my videos I said there is a chance he could transition, I think, but in a different video I also said he will never transition. So, you know, I kind of doubt it now. Thinking about it again, I kind of doubt he will transition. But in my opinion, FouseyTube could transition. You know, uh, I've seen him be a bit zesty. I think he could end up transitioning, and uh, even Youngblood, you know, Youngblood, and even Safe Sleazy. So yeah, okay. So here we have a controversial question. If women were not allowed to vote, should trans women be allowed to? Majority of you guys said no. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Because if you transition into a woman and women are not allowed to vote, then you lose that right to vote. But on the other hand, trans women are still biological men, so you know it's like a very interesting paradox. It's unsolvable, by the way, unsolvable. But still, it's good to know that a lot of people think I ask stupid questions. Okay, so um, a month ago, I asked you guys how should I celebrate hitting 2,000 subscribers. The first option was buy a box of chocolates, which is pretty reasonable. The second option was buy a new outfit, which is, I mean, really reasonable. I mean, by the way, last month it was Black Friday, and there was so many wonderful outfits out there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want it. I really want to buy that. But instead, I purchased some other stuff, some imperative stuff, things I need, not want. But still, I really wanted to buy a new outfit for Black Friday. And the fourth option is buy a pack of Krispy Kremes. I love Krispy Kremes. I've never had Dunkin' Donuts before. They used to be in my country, but then they departed years ago. But wow, Krispy Kreme is so good. And on Facebook, I keep seeing promotions for um for their specials. Like one time they had a special with Kit Kat. That was recently because Kit Kat has some new flavors over here, and I'm not sure if the flavors are limited or not, but still, there was these donut variations of it, and even Krispy Kreme has this Build-A-Bear special, which is so cool. They even have sports special. So Krispy Kreme is just really awesome. Love the taste of their donuts, really quality donuts. Then we have the third option, which is have a baby with Sydney Sweeney. And majority of you guys chose that. Wow, that's lovely. I mean, I would obviously love to do that as well. I mean, you guys asked for it. Obviously, I have to do it. But I can't get a hold of her right now. I mean, obviously not. But if there was a way I could, get a hold of her, yes, I would have a baby with her. Okay, okay. So yeah, but unfortunately, I can't do this right now. But who knows? Who knows what could happen? And I think she is taken anyways. So yeah, I know that really sucks for me. It really sucks. For me, I'm sure she's happy, but come on, guys. I am unhappy. Okay, so the next best thing I could do. Well, here's the thing. I can't really get a box of chocolates because it matches with buy a new outfit. So instead, I'm gonna get both. Buy a box of chocolates and buy a new outfit. Okay, my voice is going away. I think this is the last one. Yep, it's the last one. Should a trans woman be allowed to win Women of the Year? Majority of you guys said yes. And I don't know about that, but still, um, out of 21 votes, majority of you guys voted for this. And okay, I did have another poll yesterday published, so you can check that out. It's a very weird one, but still, it's pretty interesting. Bye bye.